So is NBA Live better than 2K? Well, NBA Live is back this year on current hardware with NBA Live 18. And let's take a look at this real quick, folks. As you can see, it looks pretty solid, doesn't it? Just looking at this gameplay, I mean, it looks like a really solid basketball game. And the thing is, I'll be upfront and honest with you guys, I am kind of getting a little tired of 2K. You know, 2K in the past recent years has kind of felt, I don't know, just kind of stale for me. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that NBA Live is back because competition is good and you don't want to just have one basketball game out there. And the thing is with NBA Live, at least for me personally, it always felt like they put an emphasis on gameplay. And sometimes when you're playing 2K, it kind of feels like you don't have that much control of the player. Sometimes it feels like you have to wait for these animations to finish and play out, and I don't know, sometimes it just doesn't feel satisfying. You know what I mean? So that's where I think really NBA Live shines, at least in previous years. I don't know, I haven't played NBA Live 18, so I don't know how much has changed or what have you, but in previous entries, it always felt like the gameplay that's where they put the priority, and it really showed. Now, I don't know if this is running on Frostbite. I've heard otherwise, and if that's true, then that is kind of disappointing because the upcoming Madden is going to be on Frostbite and FIFA's on Frostbite. So, you know, considering that they took 2 years off, you would have thought that this would have been on Frostbite by now, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? So, overall, what I will say, again, it just goes back to gameplay, and I really do enjoy the gameplay in NBA Live. I think it's fair to say that 2K has the edge in certain areas. You know, the presentation in 2K is just unbelievably amazing, especially the commentary. The commentary is just so believable in the 2K games. I mean, it feels as if you're actually watching an NBA game on television. I mean, that's how good the commentary is in the 2K games. Graphics, I'd say, arguably a little bit better, although we can't judge this one just yet because we haven't seen the latest 2K just yet, so it's hard to put them up, you know, with one another. Audio, I'd say 2K gets the edge there as well. So there's a lot of, I guess, just more bells and whistles with 2K, but again, the gameplay it feels old. It feels like, okay, this is what the developers want us to see, how like lifelike this looks like, as opposed to giving us like actual control over, you know, the player and you know, just playing the game. You know, again, gameplay, it seems like it's king in NBA Live, and in 2K, it just kind of feels like they wanted to like emulate TV as much as possible and not give the player, I don't know, it just feels like you have less control, and I could be wrong on that. Maybe that's just my perspective, but I don't know. But anyway, I'm looking forward to NBA Live 18. Again, like I said at the beginning of this video, it's better to have competition out there because, again, like I said, at least in my perspective, 2K is kind of getting stale for me. You know, I played 2K17 and I'm like, okay, this is, you know, it's very similar to 2K16. And if you've been playing the 2K games for a while now, you probably are in the same boat as I am. It just kind of feels old right now. They really need to do something to rejuvenate some I don't know, just do something a little bit different with the gameplay because it just seems like they focus so much on animations and making them look as smooth as possible as opposed to, you know, I don't know, making the game feel a little bit more satisfying in terms of just like the gameplay and, you know, giving more control to the player. But that's just my take on it anyway. So NBA Live 18, I'll let you guys know once we hear more about this game. Hopefully it's soon, but just going off of this like gameplay little teaser trailer, looks pretty solid. So I'm glad EA's back with NBA Live 18.